Time to check out some more of LA today. Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Today we are in Los Angeles, about 150 miles away from my home in San Diego, and we are checking out the Brea Tar Pits. Kind of hard to believe this is right in the middle of the city, and a couple miles away from here is a really interesting area of Los Angeles as well. Just dozens of oil wells, something you wouldn't expect here, but obviously this area is rich with oil and tar. Now this is a place I've always been kind of interested in and have never checked out. It's not far from my home, like I said, about 150 miles, but I happen to be in LA and I want to check it out. So we're gonna go in here and see what it's all about. Kind of wish you had smell-o-vision because it definitely has an interesting odor here. You can smell the petroleum, tar, but pretty neat so far. I'm just on the outside. Don't know a whole lot about this place. We got some bubbling going on underneath here. Really wild. Big city of Los Angeles all around us here. And you got this. So let's walk around a little bit, and when I see something cool, I'll let you all know. Gas is escaping underneath this asphalt pond or whatever it is here. Pretty interesting. This one directly in front of us, it was bubbling like crazy just a moment ago. Now it's kind of slowed down. I guess there's a museum right over here, but they're doing some work. It's the sign. The sign says the museum is closed. The moose out front should have told you. So we'll go over here. I think there's an exhibit building over there. Let's see what we can find. There's a little bit of information here about how this all started here. This is a quarry where they mined asphalt. Hopefully this turns out. Here you can see this. It's pretty neat. Carvings of the Ice Age. This is all at the entrance here to the Brea Tar Pits Museum. So we'll go in and see what this is about. Once again, the magical military service has provided quite valuable. Got a complimentary admission here to La Brea Tar Pits. So if you're active duty or retired military, come on in. Can't be free. Otherwise, I think it's about 15 bucks. So inside here we have a lot of displays. I don't know how many of these are real fossilized skeletons here and how many are reproductions, but still pretty interesting stuff. Amazing to think that all this is right underneath the hustle and bustle of LA today. One thing I love about museums is interactive displays. This says here, what is it like to be trapped in tar? So you have a deal stuck in the tar here. This is just kind of like, I don't know if there's anything on the bottom of this one. That's me pulling up about as hard as I can with one hand. And then this one is bigger, you see. I'm stressing. That is sticky stuff. Holy smokes. That'd be a good workout right there. The mammoth, 1.6 million years ago to 10,000 years ago. That's a pretty long span. And that is a big, big fella. Maybe kind of hard to tell the scope of size here, but there you go. Those are all wolf skulls for these American dire wolves. Supposedly over 1,600 of them have been recovered out of the tar here. And then we have the scientists. They're even on display. It's quite amazing. All in here working on items they've taken out of here, doing research. I don't know what they're doing. It's pretty amazing. All these fossils stuck into this tar, and the history of this place all the way back to the earliest settlers. But watching these young men and women working in here, it's pretty neat. Cleaning up the bones they're finding. The tusk is amazingly huge. And they cover it in plaster to preserve it. And over here you have an actual beast attacking another beast. Looks like me during lunchtime. I've dealt with some bears before, very little bit in my life, but had a few encounters with them. But I do not want to ever encounter a 12-foot tall bear. Fortunately, it is extinct. And then outside around the place here, we've got some tar pits. There's a couple little areas like this little fenced off area over here where there's just areas of tar coming out of the ground. I've seen a few of these. This one isn't showing a whole lot. Another one had just you could tell, black sticky crap and all the leaves were stuck to it. You got a saber-toothed kitty cat there. This is like an active excavation area. I hear them hammering on something over there. And here's some stuff that they recently found. I'd like to go inside there and check it out, but I guess you got to be in the industry to do that. Okay, so there is actually an observation here. You can go check it out a little bit. This is all pretty amazing, all these bones in here. You know, after doing that exhibit inside where you had to pull those deals out of the tar, very easy to see how a large animal could get stuck in here. I mean, heck, if you've ever stuck your boot into some thick mud before and tried to lift it out, that's just mud. This asphalt is super sticky, thick and dense. This is really neat. Here's another observation area for an active pit that I kind of missed on the first go around. You can see down in there, bones stuck in there. And all built into this whole thing is a park. You get people hanging out, kids practicing soccer. Right over there's a few more of those little areas where the tar is coming up through the ground. I guess to keep the soccer kids from getting stuck and becoming fossils. Jeez, that's not a funny joke. But they do say that like this area that's right over here, that big fenced in area, you gotta watch closely because there's constantly new critters getting stuck in there, bugs and birds and squirrels and stuff. So hey, it's a rough life out here in the tar pits. Just got your little mini tar pit right here. Just walk right by it if you didn't know what it was. Bubbling away in there. Sticky stuff outside here, scuffing up your shoes. A few other new ones popping up here and there. Well, there's a lot of neat stuff here. Not just at the tar pits, on this whole area here, Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. Got the Peterson Auto Museum, which was probably my first choice, but I think I'm gonna come back up here and check that out on another day. It's just such a nice day to be outside. Figured this would be a pretty neat place to check out, and I only had a couple hours. Peterson Auto Museum, I might take a little bit longer in there, who knows. But, thank you very much for joining me on this. Hopefully you enjoyed it and learned a little something and inspired yourself to go check some stuff out like this. All right, if you're digging what I'm putting out, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and if you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.